Hello, everyone!
Hello! I don't have on lipstick. Whoops.
Well, you're eating
It's
stuff
fine.
anyways. Welcome to Board Game House, where three friends play board games on the internet for all of you. It's Monday. We made it through another weekend. How's everyone doing? Hello, Sunny. Hello, Meta. Hello, Pint Size. Hello, Catskills.
Oh, hey! Ray!
20 months!
Holy moly.
I think there's only like 2 people that have been here longer than she has.
Oh, hey.
Yes,
Those people are Sunny and G.
Yeah. Hello, Meta. Hello, Sailor Nightwing. Hello, Catskills. Hello, Cambrian Ray. How is everyone doing? We're getting so close to that 2-year mark. Holy crap. Hello, Gibbs.
Hello, Gibbs Big Bumble. Thank you.
Hello, J. Lee B. J. Bleep. Never say it.
J. Lee Blee.
Thank you.
Ray, I did that on purpose because I knew they both faded pink. So it's just like differing shades of pink. It's great.
My hair's still green.
I probably should have brushed my hair before I
Hey, G.
here. That is fine.
Hey, Decatcher.
Hello, friends.
Things that are going on in our world. That's Link's deciding to make an appearance.
I'm moving the camera.
Logo gifts?
Poco gifts? Oh! Pokemon Go gifts.
Oh.
Because I haven't been on Pokemon Go in literal months.
What?
I'm pretty sure the last time you were on Pokemon Go was when Carl was here.
Yeah. Jay Lee, thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime 2 months.
Woo!
Wait, we actually have a hype train?
We have a hype train? Whoa.
Okay. Hey, Defish. If you guys have missed it, we announced this on last Wednesday.
What's that mean?
A hype train?
It's got to 100%, whatever it is.
It means anyone who participates gets special emotes. Like, so if you give bits or sub.
Silvershine74! Welcome to the neighborhood. Thank you so much for that follow.
Woo! What is
Whoa, what is that? Meta, thank you for gifting that sub to Gibbs B. Bumble.
Woo!
Also, 42 gifted subs. Holy
Woo!
Now it's down to 30. Oh, it's level 2 now. I understand what's
Silver.
happening.
Okay.
crap. Hi, Silvershine.
Silver.
What? What are you doing? Hi, Chalice.
You have Sunny and Silvershine. Woo! Are they related?
I don't understand what you're... Oh, stop it. What was that?
Felix!
Felix, thank you for the 500 biddies.
Well, happy butts.
Holy moly.
It's at 61% now.
Of
there's
hype
a
of
timer.
level 2.
We are going
Whoa!
to play Oceans tonight.
Yes.
Whoa.
Before we begin, quickly, if you missed it on Wednesday, we announced that we are partnering with our friends over at Charisma 20 Soaps to offer a discount to any one of our lovely community members. If you don't know what Charisma 20 is, they are a home-based natural soap company that makes soap based on D&D classes. They all smell amazing.
I have soaps.
The
Rogues Riposte.
We all use them.
It's great. It's
Definitely check them
natural.
out.
It's natural soaps. They smell amazing. I just finished another one of the sample bars before this. I was using the Sorcerer something. Anyway.
I saw that the Barbarian was like melting in the corner of the shower.
No, that was the Sorcerer one.
Get out of my snacks.
They're great. Go give it a chance. If you use Neighborhood to get 15% off, it's just quality stuff, and it's not very expensive.
Sunny, thank you for gifting that sub to Defish.
But yeah, so at checkout, use the code neighborhood. You save 15% off on amazing stuff. Right now, they just have soaps, so they're gonna have things like beard oils and beard balms and things coming in. So, yeah. Megan.
We are at 951 followers, which means we are 99 away from our goal of 1,000 followers.
We're less than 50 away. Holy crap.
Join us.
Holy
Silvershine already did.
And that hype train is still going.
Wow, wow, wow.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
No. Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Ooh,
Woo woo.
Trying to think if there's anything else we have as far as announcements goes.
Woo woo.
But it's Guatemala. Whoa.
Not related.
Whoa. Guatemala.
That's amazing.
Guatemala.
Welcome from West Virginia. Not nearly as entertaining.
I mean,
Salt because of ocean. Thank you, Catskills.
Thank you, Catskills, for the 20 salty biddies.
Okay.
I think
Hey,
the-
SoCal.
I think that's the most exotic viewer
Guatemala,
that we've ever
yeah.
had.
That's a new one. That's really cool.
All right.
The internet is cool, folks.
It is Monday, which can mean only one thing.
Ba-ba-da.
When the time comes for a new game to play, there's just one place to turn at the end of the day. You never know what exciting game you'll see when you tune in to Board Game House on Twitch.tv. Find a game to back so you can be its owner. It's time once again for Derek's Kickstarter Corner.
Welcome to the Kickstarter Corner. I have 2 new Kickstarters this week, but let's jump into it. First up is Die in the Dungeon. Die in the Dungeon is a 1 to 2 player game, and basically you are taking on the role of dungeon monster. So there is a die hold. First off, let me preface, all of the monsters are sort of plays on dice, as you can see here. That's the die holder right there. He's my favorite. There's also a pile of bones. There is a die rake, which is a dragon that's made of dice. And then there is one other someone, and I can't remember what it is. This is crazy because I literally just looked at it. And it's the diamond. It's like a demon, but it's dice. So basically what this game is you're going to have tiles laid out on your board, and you're just sort of going to take your monster through the dungeon, through this randomly laid out grid of tiles. The art is amazing. That's what immediately drew me in. And then I love to bring you guys 1 to 2 player games, because the biggest complaint is always, can we get enough people to play? Well, this, you don't need people to play. You can just have fun with yourself, with dice monsters and dungeons and winning. But you don't have to win, because apparently even if you lose, it's a lot of fun, and like the mechanics, there's a lot of thinking and stuff involved, so you're gonna have a good time, win or lose. And I think that's great. But you should try to win, obviously. But Die in the Dungeon, you can get the print and play version for $10 or $8. You're going to print out the stuff yourself. The tiles, obviously they're not going to be the best quality, because you're probably going to be printing them out on paper and not the nice cardboard pop-outs that you're going to get with the real game. And you're also going to miss out on colored plastic minis that are super cool, that have all this art on them. But you can pick up the actual base game for $40, which isn't that expensive. There's also another tier where you get the base game plus a deck of dice, which is sort of a mini game that this company has kickstarted before. So you're gonna get 2 games for $50, which again isn't that bad. But it just looks like a really cool game. So if you are in the market for solo games, or if you and your significant other or your child or whatever, if you have 2 people living in your house, you can play this game, and it's meant to be played with 2 people. So, Die in the Dungeon, go check it out. There are 1 week, 7 days left on Kickstarter for Die in the Dungeon. Next up is Dice Miner. This is another dice-based game. You're going to be playing as a group of dwarves who are sort of living their lives and mining for dice. Every dwarf has unique abilities, so everybody's going to get to play sort of a different game. But the real, I think, draw for this game is this mountain here. There are 2 versions of the game. There's the base game, where this is sort of a cardboard punch-out mountain, still very cool. But then there's the deluxe version, which you can see here, which has like the full plastic mountain. Every round, you're gonna fill this mountain with dice, and everybody's going to take turns mining the dice off of the top row of this thing. There are also options to drink, because dwarves drink, obviously. And if you do choose to use some of your drinking abilities, you can end up taking dice from the side of the mountain, so some of the stuff's going to tumble. It's going to give you more options from the top. I just think this is a really cool dice drafting game. I think it's really unique mechanic in terms of the mountain. You're going to score points based on the number of pips you have from the dice that you mine. And then the different colored dice have different abilities that you can use to like re-roll some of the dice or use magic points. Altogether, it's just like a really cool and interesting take on a dice drafting game. And it really grabbed me when I was reading about it the first time on Kickstarter. It has 7 days left as well, 1 week. You can get the base game, so that's the punch out mountain. It's still 3D, the dice still stack on the mountain. But the base game is $29, so real affordable. Plus you're getting so many dice. But then there's also a deluxe version, which sort of it gives you nicer dice. Some of them are clear, some of them are metallic. They're just sort of themed better than just different colors of dice. Plus you're going to get the plastic mountain in the deluxe version, and that deluxe version is $49. Altogether, just sort of like a quality game with dice. So that is Dice Miner. 1 to 4 players on this one, 20 to 30 minute playtime. Definitely go check that one out if you're a dice goblin like we are. Next up is a brand new game that several people drew my attention to today. It's called Mini Rogue. Apparently this was sort of like a small micro game that became very popular, so they decided to beef it up, and now they have this full version of Mini Rogue up on Kickstarter. The project has 8 days left, so not very long to jump on board to this one. But for all of our fans of Dungeons and Dragons, of fantasy, anything, basically this is a 1 to 2 player game. It's going to play in 30 to 45 minutes. You by yourself, or you and a partner, are going to be playing rogues who are making your way through this randomly generated card-based dungeon. So pretty straightforward, but also very exciting because there are a lot of options. So you're never going to play the same game twice because it is randomly generated based on the cards that you deal out. You are on the search for Og's Blood, which is the treasure at the base of this dungeon. But you have to fight through things like dragons, like necromancers, like all of the things that you can imagine are lurking in the darkness of a dungeon. There is the base game for Mini Rogue is $20. And then they also have 3 expansions as part of the Kickstarter. One of them is a Kickstarter exclusive. So if you don't jump on board to get this game in the Kickstarter, you're never going to get the opportunity to have the Old Gods expansion. So if this is sort of tickling your fancy, I would recommend you jump on it real fast because, again, not very expensive. But $20 for the base game, $37 is going to get you the base game and 3 expansions. And then there's also a $60 tier, which is going to get you the base game, the 3 expansions, an extra set of the dice that come with the game, a rolling tray that's themed for the game, as well as a separate copy of the original smaller micro game that this one is sort of expounding upon. I think that this is just a super cool idea, and obviously you can see that the art is very unique and very minimalist, which is unique to like fantasy games like this, and I love it. It looks very exciting. It looks very cool. So I was when I first saw it, I was like, didn't even question it. Just immediately put it on my list for the Kickstarter corner. So go check out Mini Rogue. It has 8 days left. It should be pretty cool. Next up is, from Elf Creek Games, which are the same people that did Honey Buzz that we're very excited to get, that we backed on Kickstarter. This is Merchants of the Dark Road. This is a pretty big game. It's got a lot of components. It's got a big board. There's so much going on. Basically, you're living in a city that has 6 months of daytime, and now you're living through 6 months of nighttime. And as a merchant, your job becomes much more treacherous when 24/7 is darkness. So your mission is to put together a caravan and gather supplies and find a way to be able to survive when you have to take your goods outside of the city gates and sort of go on adventures. It is a competitive game, but when you leave the city gates, when you're going on your adventures, your opponents can also sort of piggyback off of your adventure to get bonuses and extra stuff based on the success of those adventures. It seems like a very cool game. I know that I'm not doing it justice explaining it, but definitely go check it out on Kickstarter because it's so big. You're gonna get so much for your money if you back this one. There are 11 days left on this Kickstarter. There is the base game for $49. You are getting a lot of components. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of really cool stuff that's going to come with this game. The standard is just going to have punch-out components and stuff like that. There is the deluxe version for $74, and that's going to upgrade everything. Your tokens, the cards, everything. Just like any other deluxe version, you're going to get the best quality stuff when you pump up to the deluxe version. There's also an all-in pledge for $125, so you are going to get the deluxe version, but you're also going to get metal coins. You're going to get pouches for those metal coins. There's going to be card sleeves that come themed card sleeves that come for everything. So it's sort of the deluxe version. Definitely go check this one out on Kickstarter. At Gen Con last year, we got to talk to one of the guys from Elf Creek while we were playing Honey Buzz, and it's just a really good team, like good group of people. They find artists, they find collaborators to put a lot of good stuff together, and so I'm really excited to see what this game plays like. So Merchants of the Dark Road, super excited for that one. Next is Alice is Missing. Change the graphic. There we go. Alice is Missing is a brand new RPG, and it's a very unique RPG. So basically, the draw on this RPG is that there's no verbal communication involved. This entire game is going to take place over text messages. You're going to have a large group text with all of the players, where you're sort of trying to figure out where Alice is. She has up and disappeared one day, and you're going to be playing as her friends and acquaintances, schoolmates, and you're going to, in this text thread, sort of live out the RPG. You're also going to have texts with individual players, and there's no dungeon master or game master involved. everything's going to happen and sort of continue on through several decks of cards. They're going to tell you what your relationships are like to the other characters. They're going to tell you what events happen, what sort of NPCs you're going to run into. I put this on the Kickstarter Corner because it jumped out to me as something very unique in the RPG space. And so I want to spice it up as much as I can. Alice is Missing has 13 days left on Kickstarter. You can get a PDF version of the game. So it's going to be the PDF of the rules and then sort of like a print and play version of like the deck of cards and everything that you're going to need for $10. A base physical copy of the game is going to be $20. There's also, for $20, you can also get a digital version that is compatible with Roll20, so you can sort of play all together at a distance. I think that's another draw, like even for the physical copy of the game, is you could play this at a distance because it does take place over text message. So it's like 3 to 5 players, and the whole game is sort of planned out to only take 90 minutes to play, but they say that it could take 2 to 3 hours depending on obviously role playing and how you are going about the story and everything. Very, very cool stuff in terms of an RPG. So if this is something you're interested in, go check out Alice is Missing. And then finally, our last Kickstarter for this week, and a brand new one to Kickstarter, is Fire Tower. This is something that we saw for the first time at PAX Unplugged last year. It was very popular at the booth, and we never got to sit down and play it, but it's very cool. You can see in this picture, the orange tokens here are like little orange fire crystals. It is amazing. Just like sitting down and just physically looking at the game, like I'm not talking about the way it plays, I'm not talking about anything else, but just looking at this game, it's gorgeous. But basically the idea behind this is you are a spotter in a fire tower, and you are trying to do all you can to prevent the fire from sort of overcoming your tower. So in the base game, you can do stuff like lay out sand, send out fireworkers to try and sort of protect your tower. This is actually the second edition, so this is the second time this has been on Kickstarter, and this time it is sort of highlighting the expansion, which is Firehawks. And basically what the expansion adds is sort of additional weather effects. So you might have like rain or wind or something, and it's going to affect the fire in a positive or negative way. Plus, there are birds that are going to carry twigs on fire and just drop them randomly, and it sort of adds that beautiful essence of chaos to the game. I love this game. Not only is it beautiful, but it's also very intriguing. I sat and watched for like 45 minutes people playing, and it just seems so cool because there's just enough randomness and just enough chaos, but also control. I think that they balance each other out very well. Plus, those fire crystals are nuts. But Fire Tower, there is a print and play version for $5 that you can get on the Kickstarter. The base game is $42 to get the original game. $56 is going to get you the game and the new expansion. If you already have the first edition of Fire Tower, you can get just the expansion for $19. And then there is a deluxe version where you're going to get both the base, a deluxe copy of the base and a deluxe copy of the expansion for $65, which again, for the quality of the stuff that you're getting, I don't think $65 is a big stretch, especially because there's an expansion involved and it's a pretty big expansion. I love this game, and honestly, I love all the things on the Kickstarter corner. I'm the most excited for this one because I was excited about it at Unplugged, and now it's finally on Kickstarter, and I might actually get to play it this time. But go check out Fire Tower. It has 23 days, so a little over 3 weeks left on Kickstarter. So there you go. That is the Kickstarter Corner for this week. All of the Kickstarters that I talk about there are links available in our Discord under the Derek's Kickstarter Corner channel, so you can easily jump to anything that maybe got you excited with me talking about it. So there you go.
When the time comes for a new game to play, there's just one place to turn at the end of the day. You never know what exciting game you'll see when you tune in to Board Game House on Twitch.tv. Find a game to back so you can be its owner. It's time once again for Derek's Kickstarter Corner.
Boop.
Boop.
We're back. Hello, Magni. You snuck in here. Also, Sarah Nyman gave 100 bits before we went to the Kickstarter Corner. And Mr. Valley gave 15 bits. And we also got a new follower. It is...
What?
I can't read what it is.
Ooh, El Sotano, Guatemala.
Also, Tango, Guatemala?
No, not Tango. T-A-N-O. There's no G. I thought it was Tango too, but it's not.
Doesn't matter, you're Tango now.
Ahsoka Tano, Guatemala.
Yeah, basically. El Sotano, Guatemala.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Thank you so much for that follow. So, this is one of the ones we actually have a new how to play for. So, we'll play that how to play for you guys while we get the board set up. And then we'll get back here and actually get into the first round of oceans.
72% of the world's surface is covered by oceans, and only 5% of that has been explored, leaving vast amounts of it left to our imaginations. The sea life we have yet to discover is too numerous to even fathom. Welcome to Oceans. Oceans is an engine-building game for 2 to 4 players from North Star Games. Players take turns creating unique sea creatures trying to survive the deep and wondrous waters. Will your creation be able to survive, or will they become another creature's sashimi? Let's dive into Oceans. Oceans has 2 ways to play. If you've never played before, it's suggested to play with the Reef Variant. Otherwise, add in the Deep. Place the reef in the center of the table and place the species board in a stack next to it. Place the Cambrian Explosion card in the first ocean zone. Shuffle the scenario cards and randomly place 1 on each of the shelves. You won't need the rest, so return them to the box. If you're playing the Reef Variant, use the Reef Variant side of the Cambrian Explosion card and the Abundance and Fertile scenario cards. Shuffle the surface deck and deal 6 cards to each player. Then place the deck face down next to the reef. Shuffle the deep deck and place 2 random cards face up next to the ocean to form the gene pool, and place the rest of the deck face down next to it. If you're playing the Reef Variant, skip this step. Place the 60 reserve population tokens in the reserve Ziploc bag and set it off to the side. This will get used in the last round of the game. Determine the supply of population based on the number of players. For a 2-player game, use the orange fish. For a 3-player game, use the orange and yellow fish. And finally, for a 4-player game, use the orange, yellow, and blue fish. Divide the supply into 4 piles and place 1 pile in the reef and 1 in each of the ocean zones. Give each player a player screen. The person who can hold their breath the longest goes first. Finally, give each player the correct bonus token based on the chart found in the rulebook. Now you are ready to play. In Oceans, the core rules will be modified during gameplay. Scenario cards will override core rules and will apply to every species in play. Trait cards will override scenario cards and the core rules, but only apply to the species that they are played on. Each turn consists of 4 phases: playing cards, feeding, aging, and drawing. During the first phase, play 1 surface card to evolve a new or existing species, or to migrate the population. To evolve a species, place the trait along the dark blue border on the left side of the card. If you are playing a new species, take a species board from the supply and place it on either side of an existing species, or in between 2 species with the fish pointing away from you, and place the trait card. This species is now active. A species may have multiple copies of the same trait, but can only have 3 trait cards unless a card specifically allows for more. Multiple copies will have cumulative effects. In the bottom left corner of the trait cards is a number with some wiggly lines next to it. That is the migration number. To migrate population, discard the card from your hand. Choose either the reef or an ocean zone, and move the number of population equal to the migration to another location. If the population is less than the migration number, only move what is available. If the Cambrian Explosion has been triggered, you will play 2 cards, and you can play deep cards. To play a deep card, you must move population equal to its migration number from your score pile to the reef or an ocean zone. Then, place as normal. You can remove cards from the species at any point during this phase. When discarding cards, trait cards are placed into the discard pile face up near the draw pile. If you're playing with the deep cards are removed from the game. Choose one of your species to feed by either foraging from the reef or attack to take population from another species. There are a few rules for feeding. A species can only forage or attack if it will take at least 1 population and it has an open space on the species board. It may not take more population than open spaces on its board. The only time you can place a token on the space with the fish bones is if it's the only available space left on the board. Finally, you must take the total forage or attack value. You cannot choose to take less to avoid overpopulation. If the species is foraging, add up the green icons on the traits and take that number of population from the reef and place it on their species board. For example, this trait has a value of 5 and this trait has a value of 2, which means this species would have a total forage value of 7. A species that does not have a green icon on any of its trait cards gets a forage value of 1. If the species has any trait cards with a green general prohibition sign on it, it cannot forage for food. If the species is attacking, choose any other species to attack. This can include your own species. Add up the red icons and take that number of population from the target's board. If a species does not have any red icons, it automatically gets an attack value of 1. If the species has any trait cards with a red general prohibition sign on it, it cannot attack. To age your species, remove 1 population from each of your species and place it behind your player screen. If a species cannot age, that species has gone extinct. Discard all of the traits on the extinct species and return the board to the supply. Keep in mind that even though only 1 species will feed, all of your species will age. First, you may draw 1 deep card. You can either draw the top face-up card from the gene pool pile, or you can draw 3 cards from the deep deck, keep 1, then place the rest face up on each of the gene pool piles. If you are playing the Reef Variant, ignore this step. Then you may discard surface cards from your hand. You cannot discard deep cards. Finally, draw back up to 6 cards from the surface deck. If the surface deck runs out, shuffle the discard pile to form a new deck. Then, play continues to the player on the left. A few more things. The Cambrian Explosion is triggered when the first ocean has been depleted. Remove the card from the ocean zone and place it in a play area visible to all players as a reminder. This stays in play even if players migrate population back into the first ocean zone. If your species is depleted on another player's turn, it will not go extinct. You'll still have another chance to feed on your turn. There are defensive traits that will protect a species from attacking the full amount or at all. Defensive traits are marked with a shell icon. Much like the forage and attack numbers, these are cumulative. You will add up the defense number and reduce the number of population an attacking species can take. There are gain cards that may be triggered during feeding or during attacks. These are marked by a blue gain icon, and an arrow identifies which adjacent species is affected by it. These cards also affect your opponent's species as well. For example, even though this species is owned by another player, it's still adjacent to my species and would be affected by any of my cards, and vice versa. If your species overpopulates, remove population tokens until only 5 remain on the species board. The owner of the species can place the removed tokens in either the reef or any of the ocean zones. If a species overpopulates during its own feeding, it may not feed again this turn. This means that gain cards no longer affect the species this turn. Scenario cards come in blue and purple. Blue scenario cards have an active and ongoing effect when its ocean zone is emptied, and purple scenario cards get triggered each time an ocean zone is emptied. This can happen multiple times during the game. The final round is triggered when every ocean zone is completely empty of population. reserve tokens into the third ocean zone. Play will continue until the last player in turn order has completed their turn. Players will score 1 point for each population in their score pile, 1 point for each population on their surviving species, and the points listed on their bonus token. The player with the highest score wins. In the case of a tie, the tied players with the most trait cards on their species wins. If there's still a tie, the first person to get a job on a fishing boat in Alaska is the winner. And that's Oceans. You can watch us play this and many other board games live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/boardgamehouse.
Boop. Let me fix the coloration. I always have to.
We should point out that I love Evolution, so when I bought this game on Kickstarter, I went like all out. I got the biggest one that I could. So we have card sleeves. We have the nice thick plastic fishies. We got like the fancy boards. We got the bags for our fishes instead of the screens.
Oh, where did my cuttlefish go? Did they get tossed over there? Cuttlefish. Oh, hi, Z. Okay.
Megan, tell me how to play.
Well, that doesn't seem fair. Hang on, something just posted a really cute dress.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Hi, Z.
Not as cute as I wanted it to be. Okay. Alright, and we have these. Although I can't remember how those work. I guess we can scoot all this up.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of cards. So we can actually see.
Doing well. How about yourself?
There's a kraken and narwhals.
Hi, Boo-Day!
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Dragon! I don't know if I have said hello to everybody. I saw
Chalice
one
stripped it for a
Maggie.
bit too.
I said hello to Chalice before we left.
What's that over there?
This is the discard pile.
Okay. This is the reef.
Reef.
Okay.
Can I please have one of the
Yeah.
little reference things?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so How to Play was playing, and I was busy getting set up, and neither of these two watched the How to Play. So, stay with it, bear with us while we try to remember how to play this, because this is what we do. Friends, do you remember how to play?
Roughly.
Roughly.
It's similar to the way that you can put down 3 traits.
On my turn, before the Cambrian Explosion, which is this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So once all the fish are out of the reef, and all the fish are out of that one, that's when the Cambrian Explosion happens. So before the Cambrian Explosion, I can play 1 card per turn to my species. And I can evolve, which is play a card, or migrate, which is move population from one of the trays to a different tray. Right? Yeah. And then I can feed. I can choose, in phase 2, I can choose one of my species to feed. I can forage to take population from the reef, or attack and attack a species to take from its population. Based on the number of things on my cards.
Hi, Dragon, you are correct.
What?
If we don't get at least one rule slightly wrong, it's not a BGH stream.
Yes. So free Cambrian.
From each of your species. What is aging? That's what I don't understand. Is that when? If I don't.
So that's when.
That's where you take something from your card
And put it in your bag.
Got it.
I forgot about the BGH bingo card.
This is true. Why don't you do this?
I did forget about that.
Oh, hold on. That's loud. I'm sorry.
Ears.
You can pause it.
It wasn't that loud.
It's our microphone. We have to turn that down a little bit.
How is the mic picking up
I don't know, but it
that
is.
now? Because when we have it, the problem is we need to figure out how to fix that, because if it's turned down too low, we can't hear anything. So in order to make it good for them to hear the music,
You can turn it up a little bit.
well, not really. Last time I had it at 10 and everybody said it was too loud. At 10 right now.
We'll try it there and see what happens.
I'm saying. I don't know what happened. I didn't used to do that. Okay, can I see one of the things? Thank you. So the person who goes first is supposed to be the person who can hold their breath the longest.
We're just going to mods put exclamation mark random in chat.
What? Do you think it would be you?
Me.
Oh, get skills. The other night, Friday night, the other mods didn't know what to do because you weren't here to put in the the Derek wins, Steven wins, Megan wins.
What is this?
Those are points you're going to get at the end.
Okay.
Because you're not going first. Okay. So I'm going to.
What do I have to do to get another species?
You discard a card to get another species.
You may draw one deep card and use this card.
Okay. So I'm going to. So first thing I do is play a card. I'm going to play Filter Feeder on this guy right there.
Okay.
So I get to feed, which he eats 5.
5? Whoa. Is that what that is?
Take the population from the reef.
Oh. Use this fancy. Also never overpopulates.
Mm-hmm. And I have to take it from the far right.
You forage to take it from the reef.
From the reef.
This is the reef.
Boop. Boop. Okay. And then after that, I age.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes in there. And then I draw back up, correct?
What? Hello, Fundamental Games! Welcome to the neighborhood!
Fundamental Games makes Diamond Dungeons.
Ooh.
We talked about you just a little bit ago.
Yes, we did.
Just a wee bit ago.
We are what you call dice goblins. And then I draw back up, correct?
We are also what you call kiss asses.
Yeah, you draw up to,
I may...
you can discard. I believe you can also get a, you can still get a, deep card, which I'm not really sure if those were shuffled or not, but it's okay. It's okay. You all, I've been working hard on my island. I have 3 villagers coming in.
Talking about Animal Crossing.
Yes. Talking about Animal Crossing. Drago moved in today. I don't remember who's moving in tomorrow, but I'm the most excited about Melba moving in. My base villagers were Ursula and Boots. And I like them both. They make me happy. They are nice. I haven't figured out what to give Ursula yet.
Can I see the rules?
I really love Drago. Drago was the first one here. First one that I found.
I'm gonna play Speed. Look at that swordfish.
And then I have a pig, but I don't remember what her name is. I wasn't super keen on her. But I'm a person that once I meet them, I invite them to my island because I feel bad if I don't.
And then
like, whatever ones I get.
Feed them from the reef. Yeah.
Whatever one I get, I'm not gonna be able to like get rid of them. Like I'm not gonna be able to evict anybody.
And then
Yes, basically. That's essentially what happens. No, it starts with a P, I think.
from each of my species. So I put this in here, AJ, and then I can draw back up to 6.
Yes, you can discard a card if you would like.
No, I want. I'm okay. I just need 1.
There you go. Megan, it is your turn.
I'm gonna look up this name while Okay. If I don't have any greens, does that mean it's just like 1?
I don't know.
I think that's what it is.
Feeding.
Down here. A species that doesn't have any green icons or any of its trait cards automatically forge value of 1. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I can't do anything!
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. That makes me feel better.
So all cards have a value of 1 even if they don't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If I get a new species, this is a question for
Uh-huh.
whoever has the rules. If I use my turn to get a new species, can I also play a card on that species? Because getting a new species is not on this list of things.
I think so.
Hold on.
Take a free species board and place it. Can you place a trait along the dark blue border? Yes, you can.
And I have to pay a card to get it.
Yes. Going to play Parasitic. Okay. Before my feeding phase, I leech
No, you don't.
2.
You just get it.
Take a free species board from the supply and place it next to your fish facing away from you. A new species be placed on either side of your existing species in between, and then place the tray alongside of it. There's nothing that says you have to discard a card to get the new species.
Okay. Alright. I have Parasitic before my feeding phase. I leech 2 from the species to my left. Which is you. I'm actually kind of sad that Twitch isn't doing Pride emotes again. Okay. And then I feed. And then I score.
Okay.
If you are curious, this is a sequel to Evolution. That's why it's very similar. But I think we decided this after the first time we played it. It's different enough that it feels like a new game. So it's something that I do enjoy very much.
It's Peggy. Peggy the pig. Peggy.
Ooh, I don't like her carrot haircut.
Okay. I'm going to actually start a new species.
She is cute. I was really happy that I got Ursula because she is adorable, even though she always looks sad.
And I'm going to do a whale cleaner. And then I'm going to feed this boy. 3, 4, 5.
I missed the turnip girl. Ooh.
And this guy gets 3.
The shirts on T Fury, either today or yesterday, were Animal
It's
Crossing
today.
themed. Yeah.
It's today. It's the capitalism one
You
with
only feed one of your
Timmy and
species.
Tommy.
After a species with 3 or more forage gains 3, this is the closest whale cleaner on either side. Okay.
That was violent.
She threw up her dinner.
I heard. And then I age.
Have fun!
And then I draw back up.
Don't eat it.
Hey, don't play with that. It's as big as you are.
Someone ate too fast. It was very sudden.
It all just came out.
It was just like,
Here
oh,
it is.
oh,
I'm going to let it cool down before I pick it up.
Do you have a thing about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stain your floor.
No, it's not.
I didn't draw back up to 6. Will you hand me a card?
I'm gonna get a species. I'm gonna put her. And I put the card in it. It's a symbiotic. And then I'm going to.
She just did the plunger sound. But it was like, usually like my cats, it takes them forever to actually like get anything up. But this was like projectile.
Choose one of your species today. School one population for each of your species.
Hey, don't eat it.
Gets one
She's
from
eating it. It's gross.
here. Anywhere here
What? Gains 1.
from the first available ocean zone.
I think it's still a reef right now.
Hey,
No, this is from an ocean zone.
Please don't eat it. That's
The
gross.
reef is considered an ocean zone.
No. Blue is an ocean zone, and green is the reef. They're specifically
They're very
different.
specific.
The green circles are the reef, and the blue is an ocean zone.
You can also move things into different ocean zones. You can migrate by using these.
And you can also move things to the reef as well.
Wow.
She's gone now. I put her outside. That's when I get like. Problem is now is I'm starting to smell the cat food. Steven continues to eat his Oreos.
Megan, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah. I need a card, please. Thank you.
like my cards. This dress is cute.
Jesus.
I get pictures sent to my watch.
Where are the rules?
Right there. There you go. Okay. No, she's trying to get rid of it. Weirdo. Okay. I don't want to play any of these. Alright, I guess I'm going to play transparent. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna put a new species out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to leech. Thank you. And then I'm gonna feed. And then I'm going to age. And then I'm going to discard some of my cards.
Okay.
I'm going to discard 2 cards. So I can pull 3 cards. 3. Okay.
My turn. I'm going to put inking on my.
Aw, you guys made me ink.
No, I'm not.
I enjoy playing ocean-themed games because it means I can pull out a lot of Finding Nemo. He touched the butt. Nemo's swimming out to sea! I love
So
her.
wait, what happens if you get down to 0 population? Does that species go away? Because you have one that has 0 population.
I have 0 population, it doesn't go away because I was still able to age it.
Yeah, if you can't
If I
age it,
can't
then it goes
age
away.
it, it goes away.
Got you. Okay. That's right.
I'm gonna touch the butt. Bubbles! Bubbles, near bubbles, my bubbles, near bubbles, my bubbles, near bubbles. My bubbles.
Okay.
Willem Dafoe is great in Finding Nemo.
Wait, oh no, wow, this is just sitting straight up. Who's Willem Dafoe?
Discard fish.
Was he?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Willem Dafoe was.
I never knew my father! Escape. Huh,
Okay.
that's spelled just like escape.
I'm going to make another fish. And I'm actually going to do a parasite. Like that. So, before the feeding phase,
Holy moly.
this guy
it was
leeches
Gil.
2 from here.
I didn't either.
He leeches 2 from there. And then I'm going to feed him.
Hey. You took away my food
1,
supply.
2, 3, 4, 5. That's more than 3, so this guy gets 3 as well.
Steven, you're destroying the reef. You are the region there. You're the reason that there are bleached reefs on our planet.
And then I age all of them. 2, 3.
Darla!
At the end, whatever food is left over goes in your bag, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're supposed to have 6 cards, right?
I'm a piranha. I live in the Amazon. every once in a while I'll get the, I guess every year I get the thing from when we were at Fairfield and Adam was talking about the ball pit with the kids in the ball pit.
I don't think I remember that.
Yeah, it's funny.
Mega swordfish.
Mega!
Double swords. He's a dual fish.
Sometimes narwhals have two things, and one is longer than the other.
It's
usually.
also like people who have an overbite. Their teeth just grew weird.
Yeah.
My dual fish is going to attack that large whale over there. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, how are you?
And he ate. Okay. Oh no, found or no.
Symbiotic.
Go.
Okay.
Hey, did you see that dual fish? He ate me.
The only thing I think about this is when I was like in like young elementary, like first or second grade, there's that Baby Beluga song.
Baby beluga. That one?
Baby beluga in the deep blue sea.
I only know.
Swim so wild and a swim so free.
I only know.
Heaven above and the sea below, and a little white whale on the go, going.
I only know Baby Beluga from Full House.
Yeah, that was a Finding Dory reference.
Aw.
We're there, folks.
Finding Dory. It's not. Finding Dory is adorable, but not nearly as quotable as Finding Nemo. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Yes, I am, G. Thank you.
My cards are garbage.
Oh my.
I don't want to play a card. Oh, I can migrate though.
Yes, you can.
Maybe I'll do that.
Little white whale on the go.
Okay. I'm going to use parasitic to migrate 8.
Where'd you take the fish from?
Do I have to take it all from one spot?
You have to take them all from one spot, but you can put them wherever you want.
Well, no, it has to go. It moves up
Goes
one.
yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Wait, hang on. I'll do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into the reef.
Okay.
Migrating into the reef. That's not the one you need. You need the actual rule book. Okay. Then I'm going to feed. Well, I'm going to parasite.
Well, actually, the way this is worded here, I want to make sure that we're reading it correctly in the rule book.
Oh, okay. I love Dory.
Sometimes use a card to migrate population. The number of population tokens you migrate is equal to the migrate number on the bottom of the card. Choose a board location, either reef or ocean zone. Discard a card from your hand to move the population of the chosen board location from one other board location. If the migrate number is greater than the available population, only move what is available. It doesn't say you
I
have
can
to
move
go
it
one to
wherever?
the other. Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Then I'm going to do this to make it easier because I wanted to take it from here.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll put those there.
Dory
Okay.
was adorable because she was just such a lovable derp. That is the same reason why people watch this show.
I am the derp.
I don't think it's just you. I don't think that's the sound that scary thing makes.
Okay.
I imagine here what we can't see is that those teeth actually just rotate in there.
Take this. I'm going to draw my card. Oh wait, I need to age and then.
Mm-hmm.
Want to get rid of things. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna get rid of these two, so I'm gonna draw 2 more cards.
Hello, Rennie Mae.
Hi, Rennie Mae. Why do I keep getting the same cards?
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Okay.
Why? Baby Dory is so cute that I could cry.
And then Eugene Levy's just like, man, okay. He's just like, there's nothing I can do. I just accept it.
I'm going to put inking on the filter feeder. Then I'm going to first parasite. So this gets over here. This guy gets 5.
What about that noise?
What?
For the parasites.
I imagine that's the sound that
The cleaners. Oh, the cuttlefish.
the cuttlefish make. They just...
I love cuttlefish. Like, I love cuttlefish in real life. They are funny.
3.
Don't touch them, but they are funny.
Okay, and then I age everything.
The meme where it's like, no, don't touch me there. This is my no square.
I
feel
still
like
don't know what
Cuttlefish made that up. They were like, no, don't touch me there, cause I'll spray you with poisonous ink and then sting you and then go invisible and you'll never see me again.
Okay.
Cuttlefish.
I'm going to turn these symbiotics into symbiotic shark cleaners. And then I'm going to dual fish those little tiny babies.
Whale cleaners.
Yeah.
Dual fish. Dumbo octopus. I have a thing. I love octopi. I like watching videos of them like
And then I actually
get out
get
of
to
weird
take 3 now.
situations. But I really love jellyfish.
And then I'm going to... I'm going to get rid of these 2 cards to take 3.
Trying to think of the thing where it's like they have the animals and it's a cartoon that God is talking to the animals, and I can't think of what it is where it's got this little, it's like, it's about a frog, I think. It's real cute.
It is your turn, Megan.
It is my turn.
I had to age, I'm sorry.
But I think that there's one about cuttlefish too. Hang on. Let me see. Oh, yes, is this what it says? It says, God, you're a cuttlefish. Cuttlefish. Yay, I love hugs. God, that's not what I meant. Cuttlefish. Oh, God, you have 8 arms and 2 tentacles. Cuttlefish. For hugs? God. No, not for hugs. Cuttlefish. Oh, God. Also, you're venomous. Cuttlefish. Happy gasp. Danger hugs. Danger hugs. I just have like a very vivid imagery of the cuttlefish going, danger hugs.
With its 8 arms.
Yeah. Like with the meta. Yes. Perfect. Okay. My cards are turbo. Thus meta poofed into existence. Well, I guess this one's gonna be a transparent parasite, which sounds absolutely terrifying. Just terrifying.
It's like, it's an ocean tick, but you'll never find it.
You'll never find it. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. And I'm gonna take this. And I'm gonna take one of each.
Okay. It's my turn.
iDragon, you've obviously never had one of Meta's hugs.
It is a danger hug. She does tackle hug, so if we say Meta's name 3 times in a row, will it summon her?
She's too stubborn for that.
She's like, you don't get to tell me when I show up. I show up when I want.
This is accurate. Yes. Yep.
Ooh, let's test it. Because you know she'll show up if I say something inappropriate.
Inappropriate?
Duh.
No.
Stuff.
ASMR.
Okay. I'm going to...
What you gonna do? Wait.
What?
Wait, I need to draw.
What? Okay.
Garbage.
Alright. I'm going...
Why?
I'm actually going to move some stuff. 11 of them, actually, to be exact.
Wow!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I went and socially distanced and visited with my grandparents today.
You migrated, you got to feed, and you got to age.
Yep. That's right.
Which made them really happy.
Okay. I'm going to feed... Well, first, before I do that, I'm a parasite. Then I'm going to feed this one for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to get the whale cleaner, so 3 more.
Hi, yes, can you stop? Why do I keep getting crap cards? Like, you all are even at least getting speed.
Mm-hmm.
My cards would be good if I had other things to go with them, but I have, like, all the same.
And then
Bye, Defish!
Redraw. Actually, I'm gonna discard some stuff. Hold on.
Plants! I went and visited them, and then visited my mom, who was about to take the dog to the vet.
I'm gonna discard these 3, so I can draw 4 cards.
But I wanted to see her the living room all done.
2, 3, 4.
And then I went to Walmart to exchange some pants for Derek. And then I came home. Hi, Elle! Yee, fishy game. Pretty fishy game. These look very blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to turn these into big old whales. No, I'm not.
I have to work tomorrow, though. I actually have to work the rest of the week.
What happens if it overpopulates?
You go down to 5. I believe it goes down to 5. I
It's
believe.
not that one. It's in this one.
Overpopulation.
It should be in feeding.
No, there's a whole section for it. 5 population remain in the species aboard. The owner species may put a lost population in the reef or in any one ocean zone. Okie dokie.
Okay, dokie. Do, 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 do. I was driving down the road today, and So Much Better came on, and I was singing along to it, and yet all I could think about was how much you hate that show.
Yep.
Lebu. I still like that show.
You're allowed to have your opinion.
Oh, okay, that's it? Usually I get the no matter how
However
wrong
wrong
it
it may
is.
be.
Because rude. You good?
No.
No. Reminder that not this week, but next week will be a Steven heavy week.
By that you mean Steven only?
Steven only. Sarah and I will be out of town. Last minute.
Not really last minute. You guys know for a couple of weeks.
Okay, for me, that's last minute. I hope you all are having...
This song always makes me think we're doing a follower because it has like a car sound in the background. I'll point out when it happens again.
Okay. Yes, I do. Okay, I trust him with you all. Derek, I don't trust what he would say on the stream by himself.
But if you guys have something in particular you want us to do, while I'm here alone, let me know. We can do.
Derek has gotten a lot better at biting his tongue. Derek, no, his character creation was super great.
Okay, that's a possibility. The only issue with that is that I have to, like, if I'm playing along with you guys, I have to be quiet while I won't be interacting as much while I'm doing my part of it. That's what it is.
That's okay. We haven't played Jackbox in a while. Fortnite. You could play Fortnite.
I also downloaded Minecraft Dungeons. I haven't played that
Yeah,
yet.
you haven't touched Minecraft Dungeons yet.
I did just like the little intro thing you have to do.
Yeah.
I'll buy.
What are you buying?
Oh, I get to do my whole turn and then do it. A deep card?
Yeah, you get to do your whole turn and then do it. You just can't play the deep card until we get
The
past the
Cambrian
Cambrian Explosion.
What?
A deep card cannot be played until the Cambrian Explosion happens.
Until it happens.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I played most of it. My biggest issue with it was that the story seemed really short. Because I was already at like the end of, barring any special like
I'm gonna migrate.
areas.
Let's see, moving 9.
I also get really frustrated because I can't always find the secrets. And I'm a completionist.
Yes, you are.
So I want to find them and I can't figure it out.
Okay, so you migrated.
Mm-hmm. And then...
Secrets. Secrets.
Can I get rid of a card whenever I want?
You can discard at the end.
I mean, out of here?
Oh, I think so. You could in Evolution.
Okay.
Yee.
Yeah.
Now you guys are doing that, you can no longer attack anyone.
I know.
Listen, I've never been more frustrated when I finally got the thing at the end of Ori that let me see everything, and then it ended before I was able to go back and like do everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was so close.
Should I talk to Ray about maybe playing Fortnite? Her and I doing some duos?
Yes.
That would just be a train wreck.
No more of a train wreck than when we played with her and Polly. Because playing
Please.
Fortnite with Polly was hilarious because he kept building us in.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And then would giggle. That was the best part, is that he would build us in
You
and
only
then
have to
run
take
away
2.
and giggle.
Because the
It
second
never
you take,
overpopulates.
Hmm?
It never
well, you'd
overpopulates.
only take 2 though.
You can only fill up your card.
You can only fill up your cards still.
I don't think that's true. The last time we played, I was double stacking everything.
No,
I don't remember that.
it's right there. No, the card was right there in the front.
Built for you never overpopulate, which means you may place population on the space with no fish bones egg in the space will not being taken. No available space on the species or species with. Trait may never attack regardless of whether it has other traits in it, and that's when you filter your forges to the players nearest the whale and gain population.
Yeah, the only thing it says is you can put it on that space.
Oh. Then I'm not gonna play this.
No, because otherwise, like, filter feeders would be just OP. Because they never overpopulate and they take 5 each time. So if you stack like 2 or 3 of those, you're getting like 15 that you just pile on a card.
Balance! It was a time. send something out
Send lots of things out.
tomorrow. Somebody bought something from my Etsy store. Somebody that I don't know. It's always exciting. The Hobbit hole bracelet.
Oh, I like that one. It's very cool.
Yeah. A lot of them have gone out of date again, and I'll need to update them and stuff.
I'm going to get a new fishboard.
Which pendant did I send you? Which one did you get? I don't remember. I think it was one of the big ones. Oh, yes. Yes. Yee. That's probably my favorite one that I've done.
I feed the shark.
From where?
I eat the visible guys. Ooh, you got so many fish over there.
Also, there's population in the reef, so you cannot attack me.
Oh. Get the little guys.
Get the little guys.
And this guy still gets 2. Because he's the closest to an attacker. This guy still gets 2 because he's the closest to an attacker.
No, he's not.
No, attacker, not.
Oh, shark cleaner. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is a shark cleaner, not a. He goes in and noms on the meat. Yours noms on
Gunk.
gunk.
And then
Perhaps.
the danger diverter.
Maybe.
And then I'm going to pay those 3 that I just got to get the deep cards. I don't know where these go.
They go into whichever one you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Put out the new one.
Do we?
I think so. Yeah.
It's a cute smell. You gain 1 for each shark cleaner that triggers.
Okay. How many cards? You need a card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have 6. I guess I didn't draw one at the end of the last. I don't know. I only had 4 cards.
Did you ever have a good weekend? Anyone do anything fun and exciting? While being safe?
I guess I'm gonna. Play this one. It's 11. I'm gonna take it from this one.
Hey, happy anniversary early.
2, 3, 4,
Wait, isn't that Wednesday?
5,
We just wish you
6,
happy anniversary on Wednesday.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Feed. Beep. 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 Beep.
Okay.
I quit. I literally quit.
I'm again
Oh,
gonna
wait.
go.
Still quit.
I'm
Still
gonna go
quit.
right here. I have 2 parasitics on this guy. Then I'm going to feed this one so he gets 4. Well, actually, no, before I do that, sorry. Before I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, come over here. Then I get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do I want to hear a very wholesome story?
Yes.
So,
That guy gets 3.
when I went to Mom's, they introduced me to their neighbor because he was talking to Joe whenever I got there. And, hi, Meta!
You were summoned earlier. You did not hear it.
And he said, I accidentally turned that up. I didn't even mean to. He said,
Going to discard these 2.
I like your hair. And then was like, I don't mean that like sarcastically, like I really like hair color like that. And I was like, okay. I was like, thank you. And so I went inside and and then left. Not too long after. My mom called me afterward and he felt so bad because he was so afraid that I thought that he's like, I wanted to clarify because I didn't know she had anybody that like said that to her because like sarcastically or what, but I feel he's like, I feel so bad that she might think that I like was saying it sarcastically. And I was like, that is the sweetest thing though. He was so worried. He was like, he said that he's like, I really screwed that up. I was like,
I'm gonna put the whale here.
and then my mom proceeded to tell him that I have times in my life that I am very awkward and like reserved, but then there are other times like with my hair where her words, where I just don't give a fuck. I was like, you're right. That's me to a T.
Chat, I'm thinking about cutting my hair.
Off?
Yep, cutting it short, shaving the facial hair.
I haven't seen clean cut Steven
In forever.
in forever.
Sharky's a parasite.
You're sharking the parasites?
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, me too. It's fine.
Now, does he still get that if they have if they can't do the attack?
This happens after species with 3 or more attacks gains 2 of the closest shark cleaner if it's the closest shark cleaner on either side.
But you now put the filter feeder on there, which means that it doesn't get any attack bonuses.
No, it means it can't attack.
Is that all that means?
Yeah.
May never attack.
So if you put that on, if you put
So I tried
filter
to put
feeder
it
on
here.
him, like they would never be able to attack. They would only be able to.
Okay.
And then I got stayed.
I discovered a real problem with the face masks because I believe it's a Midwest thing, but also a West Virginia thing, is that you smile at people when you walk by and make weird eye contact. And I try and do that and realize that they can't tell. They cannot absolutely tell. And I realized just how much that is just like ingrained in me because I still do it under the mask. I still smile under the mask, do the little like head nod, and then realize that they can't see me smiling.
Megan.
you draw and everything?
Yes.
I also feel like when I'm wearing a mask that I have to like yell because I feel like people can't hear me. I was informed that's not the case.
Oh crap. When this thing is empty, species go extinct if they overpopulate.
Whoa! Okay. Papers are woodworking again. You don't have anything for me to take.
That's because your husband ate it.
Rude. So I am parasiting you.
How dare.
Okay, thanks. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and feed this one. And then zoop, zoop.
Okay. I'm going to make another species.
That's funny.
I'm going to do that now. I'm going to move. I'm going to move 11.
From where? I really need to get the Cambrian Explosion going. When does the game end?
Once all the fishes are
Once all the fish is gone, yeah.
All the fishes are gone, like,
from everything.
from everything? Or
Yeah.
just from that last one?
No, from everything.
From everything. And then what happens is any extra fish that you take for the rest of the round comes out of the reserve.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Delicious!
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What a dickhole.
I'm going to first this bits over here. 4 of them.
Is your headache go away?
Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I had a pizza for dinner. But I started this 28-day thing and I haven't fully fallen off of it. I'm still eating like the things that I'm supposed to eat,
3
just
over
not
here.
fully following it because I don't like the stuff that they have this week, so I'm kind of doing my own thing.
2.
But the first week, they had little like mini pita pizzas, and whoever over there decided to make a pizza on a pita needs to be hugged, and
I'm going to get rid of
I'm going to shake their hand
2.
because
1,
it's like the easiest
2.
thing to do.
3.
It is! It's just like a whole wheat pita with like, and it's like the perfect size for one person. You can still pick it up and like eat it. It's perfect.
Shit.
Found some really delicious pepperoni that I'm using. I saute all my stuff before I put it in the oven. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Today it was. I also discovered that Kroger has a
Sharky boys over those little guys.
These ones?
Yeah.
like container that's like this big of just like diced onions, and I always thought it was silly to have that, but like now I don't think I'll ever go without it because it's so nice to just be able to like scoop out a few things of diced onions to throw into something to give it a little bit of extra flavor. And just pop it back in the fridge. It's already done. I don't have to deal with the tears. It's great. Yes, tonight was pepperoni, portobello mushrooms, onions. Yeah, like stuff, like put it into the burger. Yep, 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 yep.
Megan, it is your turn.
Yeah. Okay. What did I get the last round? Did I get garbage again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I did. You chop it up. Put it in the thing. I can't even remember that. My little song that I did, that I would do with that. We were playing Overcooked.
Yeah. Did we turn the fan? It's a little warm in here.
It is warm in here. So I know Derek's warm. If I'm warm and you're warm, we know Derek's warm.
I would open the window, except for the fact that our neighbor outside is doing some type of sawing.
Yeah. We're gonna put wheel cleaner on this one.
Maybe I'm dead.
What just happened?
I parasited you. Did you not hear the noise?
Why on earth would you take it like that?
And then I'm going to feed this one. Hi, Beyond Dead. Do and do and do. Do.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get rid of these two so I can get 3. Whoop.
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
Finally!
I'm going to play schooling on this boy. Then I'm going to parasite. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to feed this boy.
So I got a skin for my Switch, and while I got the skin, I also noticed that she had stickers in her shop, and so I got 2 stickers. One of them is an office one that just says "Boom Roasted," and it makes me really happy.
1, 2, and now 3 and 4 because of aging.
I'll put the picture of the back of my iPad in the chat, in the Discord after this, because I've got some good stickers.
I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 2. Get rid of these 2. So I can get 3.
I will. I have a really good one that says, "Take me home, where I belong," and "belong" is in rainbow letters. It was for Pride a couple years ago that a local company around here did, and I love it. It's one of my favorite stickers that I have.
I'm going to migrate with his inking. Then I'm going to shark attack you little boys.
The whale cleaners, or which ones?
The whale cleaners.
There's also a D20 one. That one got sent to me by Liz.
The last 2 in the Cambrian Explosion come over here. The Cambrian Explosion happens.
That was my Cambrian Explosion.
Oh, I see. Sure. That was all the fish being released from the trench. Everyone, go to the shore. We can walk now.
All right, play 2 cards per turn instead of 1, and you age 2 instead of 1, and you can play deep cards now.
But right now,
Very into the sound effects today.
if you overpopulate, you go extinct.
Extinct.
Correct. Finish my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of all 4 of these to get
5 cards.
5 cards, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go.
Oh, everything gets 2 taken away from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to play Speed! In other news, I haven't actually played the card game Speed in forever. I kept losing to you on the iPad. You had it on the iPad.
What's speed?
I don't even know what speed is.
What was it that we played on the iPad then? The card game. I thought that was Speed.
No. I don't know. I can't think of what you're talking about. I know we played a card game, but I don't remember what it was.
I'm gonna look up the rules for it here in just a minute. So I played a card. Now I'm going to and then Speed. I'm going to. Oh, look how nice that is. Going to take 2.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna age.
2 from each.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody knows what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to draw a card.
Okay. I'm going to play Schooling. This boy right here. So, first thing before I do that, 4 of these go over here. 3 and 4. I'm going to feed him 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's only 3 fish left in the reef.
4. And then those 3 come over to this board.
The reef is empty.
And then we have aging. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's not what. I used to play Speed a lot in high school.
And,
That's not what you and I played. We played War.
yes, that's
That's
much
what it
different.
was. That's what it was. And then you and I played ERS literally all the time.
Yes. Okay. On my turn, I put the deep sea kraken on the medulla fish. So, what to do?
Does that count as an actual?
What to do?
Yes, but he
Oh, he has the speed. Never mind.
2 extra traits on that one.
Okay.
have an issue.
Well, either way, I'm going to attack somebody.
When did you put out the Apex Predator?
I've had him for a long time.
Apex Predator!
No. Okay, well, let me see the rules real quick because I have a question about something.
Is it about attacking? Because I'm going to look at it first.
Yeah. Well, it's purely about the wording of the shark cleaner. Does that mean he has to attack at least 3? Or just an attack power of 3 or
The
more?
attack power of 3 or more. After a species, so this whole thing.
What I'm saying is if he attacks something he can't get 3 from it, does it still get the 2 bonus?
Yes, because it's still the attack power. It's just the attack power.
Okay. That was my question, was
Yeah.
whether or not it was the...
No Mean Girls fans in the Mean Girls musical fans in the chat.
I mean, you could have just left out part of it in the chat.
Hey, I actually like the musical. I like the music in it.
Do you still want this?
It may be that one that I need after that.
The Apex Predator. I haven't seen it. I've just listened to it. Apex Predator is the one that always gets stuck in my head. She's the queen of beast.
Who's that one?
I'm going to attack those little birds.
There is a
The little
musical.
ones over there.
It came out last year, I think. It was up for a Tony.
Well, actually, I'm going to attack this one. Which means that I get 2 here. Which means I can attack again. So I'm going to attack this one. And they go straight to my bag.
You can in fact do that now. Meta!
And then I age everybody.
Thank you for gifting that sub to L!
Yeah, okay. So,
Wait,
yes.
Wait, what?
how many did you have on this one
3.
here? You got 3 on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
And now I need a card. No, I don't. I played my deep card. But I might get rid of these.
Elle, welcome back for 10 months.
10 months! Hello? Okay.
Oh, I actually get another one.
Right.
Because gains 1 after the species hit right forges or attacks.
Mmm.
I'm going to discard these 4.
Oh shoot, have you all been playing 2 cards?
No.
Oh, I can play 2 cards?
Yep.
Well,
Well, I'm thinking we might as well just... He already did his turn. I think we should start with you because you didn't play 2 cards either. So it's like we did 1 full round of us not taking advantage of that feature. So it's actually fair and even for everyone.
so I can't put...
No,
2
because
cards out?
it would have started with you being able to put 2 cards down and you didn't do it your last turn.
Gotcha.
Okay, well then I need 4 cards.
But I can put 2 cards down.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to create a new species. Going to put them in between. Because we can do that in this game. You can't do that in Evolution, but you can do that in this game. Okay. And
Oh, you can put it between?
yeah, it's one of the big differences. And then I'm going to play Tentacled on this buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. I hope you find your dad. Alright, so my parasites can't do anything on this side, but I can take this one.
Bastards.
And then I'm going to feed this buddy. Wait, can I feed the buddy? Does it just come from there?
No, it has come from the reef. The green is from the reef.
Can I see one of those things? I think there's verbiage.
From the reef. Because the triangles are from the...
What if there is nothing in here?
Well, then I wouldn't play the tentacle, and what I would do is move so you can actually feed your guy.
Well, no, I think you can't. I think once the reef is empty, you feed from the ocean.
No.
No, it's not going to be in there. It's going to be in here.
The gains are the one that goes by the ocean zone. But you have a second card to play.
Ooh,
You haven't played your second card yet, have you?
I played my tentacles.
Well, what was the other card that you played?
Filter feeder.
Oh, gotcha.
What are the rules?
Specifically says in there to feed from the reef.
Well, can I...
The reason I'm questioning it is because this is talking about foraging from the ocean. In the here,
Where?
the questions.
When species forages from the ocean zone runs out of population, do you...
Yeah, but
No, that's
foraging is for
foraging.
the-
That's...
Those are called gains.
Yeah.
The blue is called gains, the greens are called foraging, and that question says foraging from the oceans.
but none of our cards are making us forage from the ocean. Yeah, no, right here, it even says it. Do you move down to the next list? No, you only do that when a species
It's
gains.
saying it's moving it from here to here, getting from multiple things.
So when a species forages from the ocean zones and it runs out of a population, do you take it from the population from the agriculture zone? No. So the only place that this forages from is from the reef. So it's saying that if it runs out, you don't move down to the next thing, is what it's saying. Because you only forage from the reef.
It's a weird question. Alright, well, I guess. them. And then draw back up.
Actually, 2 cards.
Oh, wait.
What?
Yeah. This one gains 3. Pass me this one.
Wait, why'd you get out of the last one?
I didn't. I changed my mind. I realized that it needed to be out of that one, so I took it out of that one. I started to take it out of that one, but then I took it out of this one. Okay, your turn.
I'm going to play. That. That is all. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to. 7. Play that.
Catskills redeemed a blue cuttlefish. Figure it out.
You will get a blue fish. That's about all I
Not
can.
even gonna try.
No! It is a long tube. How do you make a cuttlefish out of a long tube?
You make a circle and then give it 8 legs.
Absolutely not. I'm not going through all that.
I just described an octopus.
Alright. I then am going to.
I wanted to see him at least try it.
Parasite. Feed this boy.
Lucigen!
Hey, Lucigen.
Cuttlefish!
3.
Lurk, lurk, lurk.
Okay, then age 2, 3, 3.
I'm not going to win this.
And I'm going to discard. These 2 to draw 4.
Okay. Well, you have the fun. Wait, you have the fun. Okay. Okay. I have named mine. They have been named.
At the end of the game,
Yeah.
all the fish remaining on the board still go into our scores.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Can I see that?
Okay.
I will look. Yes, because it's 1 point for each population on your surviving species, so it's basically
Yep.
basically the same thing.
This is, yeah.
This one is I think this one's my favorite.
Can't say that.
Which one? I'm pretty sure I have before. This one is Invisi Zip Zip. Invisi Zip Zip, Gentle Vacuum, and I don't remember what I named this one.
Okay. Cool.
I think I named this one Tidy McSuckface, but I don't remember.
Yes. So here's your turn to do.
What are you going to do? Ah, that's so cool. That's so cool. I have cuttlefish on my bag. Cuttlefish.
I'm going to number 1 attack this guy.
Hey. No.
Number 2 attack.
Well, do your shark cleaner first.
No. This one.
Okay, so 3 from here. Does this mean I take them from the reserve?
Nope, because there's still stuff out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now all species get an extra 2.
Sure. Number 2 attack is going to be to the cuttlefish over there.
How do you beat the shell boys? How do you beat the shells?
And then number 3 attack is going to be to this guy here.
Do you just
Number
have to
3
have
attack.
bigger shells?
I put tentacle on here.
Wait a minute. How many did you just take from me?
3?
You handed me 3.
Sorry, you should have gotten 2.
And then the succubors.
Oh, you have 2 may attack an extra times on there.
Yes.
Gotcha.
After a species with 3 more attacks, gains 2 if the closest circle. I can't do it because the ocean is depleted. Are you sure that I don't get the reserves?
Yes. You only get the reserve whenever you're finishing up the round.
Even though there's nothing left in the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah. There's stuff left in the reef though, so it's not empty.
If the 3rd ocean zone becomes empty, place the 60 reserve population into the 3rd ocean zone so that every triggered trait is able to take the proper amount of population. The gains don't say anything about the reef.
So then you would have done that 2 more times?
Yes.
Oh. Actually, it's still, even if there's population in the reef, the game ends. So we're actually on the last round. This is the last round.
Actually, But you didn't do that right then.
Didn't do that right.
What?
How'd you fill that up so fast?
After a species with 3 or more attacks gains 2 if the closest thing is Jack. Every time gain 1 every time it forages and attacks.
Oh, so you did.
I attacked thrice, so I got 3, 6, 9.
Gotcha.
So I age.
Gotcha. Who's the first person?
Me.
Oh, that means you're done.
Yep.
Okay.
You have to play 2 cards first.
Yeah.
Any extra parasitics?
This is Oceans from North Star Games. We are finishing up the game. It's gorgeous, and I love it. I'm actually very proud of myself because I feel like I really created a real-life Kraken. 6 damage, 3 attacks, so many tentacles. Don't forget about your Charisma 20 discount. Charisma 20 is an online company that sells Dungeons and Dragons themed soaps. And if you enter Neighborhood during checkout, you're going to get 15% off of your soaps. Plus, good folks. Thank you, Catskills. Ink.
Why don't you move from the last zone to here so you can feed twice on that?
Oh, that's a thing.
So you might as well choose that to move 10.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, boo.
Okay. This one can't. It can't. So I'm going to feed this buddy
9.
10. Never open proper plates, so this is the only
gotcha.
time I can't
Yep.
put it there.
This thing is a filter feeder with tentacles. I'm imagining it like in Alien, the impregnator thing, but instead of spider claws, it's got tentacles. It just like latches onto a rock and then just sucks all of the stuff off.
Thanks, I hate it.
Okay.
Okay, this one gets 3 because it's the closest to this buddy. Okay, and then age 1, 2.
I did not win that.
Okay.
So
Points,
are we sure?
points.
Let's make sure that we're supposed to put these in our bags.
Well, technically no, but it's the same thing. You get a point for each population in your score pile, a point for each population on your surviving species, and the points listed on your bonus.
Bonus. Oh. Yeah, I definitely didn't win.
I think Derek did. Well, that was easy for me.
All right,
Easy.
I went first. I'm gonna go. Hey, what's up there?
You did.
41.
52.
50!
Just want to recount since it's within 1.
It's within 2. I'm okay.
What? It's within 1.
No, I had 52
50,
and she
he
had
had
50.
I think it's 51.
No, he has 52.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 52.
What? Recount yours.
I have 44 in here. It made it really easy. 2,
Thank you, Al.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16,
Baby hands can't hold
18.
44 fish.
20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 50.
Cool. And Cassie's already put it in there.
Woo! Oceans, first game in 3-4 weeks that I won.
Good job. That's not true. You won like 2 weeks ago. You won one. I don't remember what game it was, but you definitely won one.
I don't remember either, but still, not anywhere close to you guys. Woo!
You're closer than you think.
You have like 150 wins.
No. I have 139. I think I may have just crossed over to 140.
So I'm
You're not that far behind.
28 back.
He's at 131, I think. So you're not that far behind.
Yeah, but 28 separate games to be played is days. That's days of games.
All right, I have to attempt to make a. Oh, Rennie Mae wants a chat air hug.
Hug!
My Kraken gives the hugs, but Derek gives the cuttlefish pinches.
Cuttlefish don't give pinches. Crabs give pinches.
All right, and now I need to attempt to make a blue cuttlefish.
Uh-huh. And then I think we should look for someone to raid.
Kraken.
Kraken.
Okay, I'll leave.
I will stay. Because I want to see Steven make a blue cuttlefish.
See what happens. Can use scooch over so I have a little
No.
more space to
Yeah, I'll sit in Derek's seat.
work here.
I will sit over here. Far away. So far away.
I need this for visual representation. No. You guys question my ballooning. I'm gonna have to try, at least attempt.
Didn't question your ballooning. You questioned your ballooning.
I want to do this.
I know. Catskills is what he does. He says something and then makes it seem like we're the ones who said it, and I don't let him get away with it. If you are new, welcome. We are Board Game House. We play board games on the internet for you. We stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays and Fridays, you see 3 faces here. Derek is in the other room because he doesn't like the way the balloons sound. But on Wednesdays, you see Steven and I, or just me, or just Steven. Next week, you'll just see Steven.
All week.
All week long. I will probably be in the chat at least for a little bit on each of the nights. I can't guarantee that of Derek. What else? Oh, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's where you're going to find any announcements that we have, like what game we're playing, if we have any guests, when Humblewood's going to start back up, etc. You can also find us on YouTube. That's where you're going to find our how to plays, our VODs, and a few YouTube exclusive contents. We are sitting at 953 followers, which means we are 47 away from our goal of 1,000 followers. Y'all, 1,000 followers are so many people. It's just
It's a lot of you.
That's so many people. Also come join our Discord. It's a lot of fun. I've been posting a lot about Animal Crossing because I finally got it. And that's all I've really been doing. The neighborhood is legion. And apparently it's been a year since Dean and Dad's.
Yep. It's officially been a year since you and Dad.
So we'll have to do that again soon.
It was during Father's Day, so.
Yeah. Does Father's Day, does it change?
Always like the second Sunday of June or something. Second or third Sunday of June.
Because it's not this coming week, but the next week, the 26th. Or something. I'm gonna be gone. Or Dad. And my dad's wedding is coming up, so. Actually, there might be a day in July that Derek and I might not be able to be here.
Okay.
I don't know if they're doing a rehearsal dinner and stuff. Now that I think about it, I need to ask.
Is it gonna be that involved that you need to be there for a rehearsal?
I need to be there for that kind of stuff. I love him. He's so derpy.
There you go.
I love him so much.
Your cuttlefish.
That one might be my favorite one that you've done. Yeet that sucker. My phone disappeared. Oh, that's right here.
All right, let's get Derek back in here. Let's find someone to raid.
Derek! Blah, 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 blah.
I just found the most wholesome thing on Twitter.
What is it?
So today, Kari Payton made a post about his child. If you haven't seen it, you need to go find it. Mark Hamill replied to this tweet, and the excitement with which Kari Payton responded to Mark Hamill's reply, and I can't even imagine the excitement that this child is going to feel when they see the reply. That the fact that Mark Hamill just replies to people is amazing, because he's a precious person. But like, Kari Payton is also a precious person. I just can't. There's a lot of bad right now, and when I saw Kari's post earlier, it did make me feel better, and then this makes me feel also better.
Yay. Sure.
All right. All right. We are going to go raid our friends over at Hearts Board Games. Again, if you join us late and you haven't been around, we're Board Game House. We play board games 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. If you enjoy good smelling soap, you enjoy D&D, you want to support a small business, you can use our code at Charisma20 Soaps. If you use Neighborhood at checkout, you save 15%.
Derek, I wasn't ready for those feels.
Definitely check them out. Savage and his family are amazing people. We love them. We cannot wait to hang out with him again once we can start going to cons again.
Yay!
Great people, amazing smelling soaps. Definitely go check them out. They have some other stuff coming very, very shortly involving like beard balms and oils and all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely check them out. All right.
Also check out Oceans from North Star Games. Also Evolution from North Star Games. They also have a bird version and a kids version. Great games. Plus, 3 weeks from now,
Bird version.
Resin will be releasing a new game on Kickstarter, and that's something to get super hyped about.
Hype! Hype, 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 hype!
Alright, so we're going to go visit our friends at Hearts Board Games. They're playing Patchwork. Megan and I will be back here on Wednesday playing another game for you guys.
They don't know what.
Yeah. We love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Have a safe middle of your week. Stay safe. We love you guys.
Love each other. Black Lives Matter. What happened to peace, fam?
Happy Pride!